Hot diggity damn. 250 reviews. That's a mouthful. Anyways, this was suggested by Lee Cope, I think is how you pronounce his last name, or Cope. I don't know. But he suggested that I do a video, which is the title of this video, which is my top 10 favorite movies of all time. And not just any movies, horror movies. Anyways, my chair is very squeaky. Okay, so I gathered my top 10 favorite movies. This was very hard to choose from, and yeah, the series of some of the movies count for most of the series. Like, I'll pick one movie out of the series that I think is iconic and very well made, and it's one of my favorites out of the whole series, but will stand for something more than itself. So I don't pick more than 10 movies. So let's get started. Number 10 is Hatchet, the 2007 slasher film that introduced us to Victor Crowley. Now, this film is a freaking awesome movie. This and Hatchet 3 are both of those films are two of my favorite slasher films of all time. Hatchet is a very well done, well executed, and well shown, like great cinematography and great lighting film. It has so much blood and so much gore, and when it first came out, I never got to see it, but I eventually did, and it was worth the wait. Okay, that's number 10. Number 9 is the original Friday the 13th. My favorite ones out of my favorite parts out of the whole series are parts 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, and the remake, and Freddy vs. Jason. Those are awesome movies, and this one, they would have never been there if it wasn't for this movie, or at least not unless it was for Friday the 13th Part 2, which introduced Jason to us. But Friday the 13th has a sincere charm about it, and knows it's campy, and has fun with it, and it plays out the suspense well, and it has tons of awesome gore, and I just love this movie, and all the other ones that I mentioned beforehand. What am I on? Number 8 is Deep Blue Sea. Now, Deep Blue Sea. When I was a kid, I wanted to get this movie so bad. How old was I? I was born in 1993, came out in 1999, so it was, what, 6 years old? Yeah. Damn. Probably saw it when I was 7 years old. And when I watched it for the first time, I was like, wow. Rated R, this is what I've been waiting for. Because beforehand, I only saw up to PG-13. But I did see Shark Attack before I saw Deep Blue Sea, and when I finally saw Deep Blue Sea without my dad knowing, because he was trying to hide it from me, and my mom let me watch it, and I loved every second of it. And when the music started playing, I was like, oh, here we go! And by the time it was over, I was like, this is the best movie since Jaws. But Deep Blue Sea, it's not as good as Jaws, but it is still an awesome, entertaining thrill ride. Number 7. I've mentioned this as being one of my favorite movies of all time on several occasions. I've even called it my favorite, but I can't really say that's the truth, because it is a very bad movie by all means. But I love it. It's actually the first sort of horror-related movie I've ever seen. It was even before Jaws, so I was pretty impressed. And that is Planet of Dinosaurs. Jesus Christ, this movie is so cheesy. And at number 7, it's worth every penny to pay for. They came out with a new edition of this. It's a lot cheaper than the $200 one that I have here. And it's basically the same edition. But this film, it has so much heart, and you actually can break down the characters in a lot of ways if you can actually pay attention to all the walking scenes. Not to the walking scenes, but if you can get through the walking scenes. And it's a classic to me. Number 6. This is a very big stretch for me, because I gotta stop saying I normally love Planet of Dinosaurs more than any other film besides a couple, but I gave it some thought and thought this was a better film. and that is Piranha. Now, Piranha, oh my god, I waited for this film since 2010 or 11, I believe, and it finally came out in 2012, and it was just so much fun. I was like, oh my god, did you see how awesome that was? I felt like a little kid again. It's the perfect Sci-Fi Channel film. It's my favorite Sci-Fi Channel film ever made, and it deserves to be up on a par with a lot of other Sci-Fi Channel films, such as like Sharknado. Number 5. We're halfway done here. Number 5 is Godzilla. I had seen the American version first when I was a kid. I never saw the original. And then when I finally watched the original, I'm like, this is superb. This is one of the best films I've ever seen. Not just a horror film, but a film in general. And it's just awesome. I really love Godzilla. It's like the perfect kaiju monster movie. It is the perfect kaiju monster movie. Okay, number 4. Now, I like this one more than its sequel, which a lot of people seem to be against that idea. Can't say my T's right. Anyways, it's Alien. Alien is just one of those films when I was a kid I would watch all the time at my grandparents' house. There you go, saying again. It was probably my second R-rated film I ever saw, and I loved it. I was just like so enthralled in it, and dude, it's a great film. It's well made and everything, and I have something special to show my Blu-ray and DVD update coming up soon this month, and it'll be pretty epic. It involves Alien. Next up for number 3 is Predator. I love this more than Alien for several reasons. It's just a better film. It has all the suspense and action of Aliens, but it's way more clever. It just has all this awesomeness and badass characters, action heroes, and just so much fun. And it's such a great film, and I finally got it on Blu-ray. I'm very happy that I did. So yeah, Predator. Next up is number 2. Now we're getting very narrow here. This is very hard to choose for me, but my second favorite movie of all time is Jurassic Park. Oh yeah. Jurassic Park is just out there. Like, they took all sorts of chances. They said, let's make the CGI, and they probably knew it was going to be great when they saw the CGI for the first time in the film. They're like, yeah, we're going to make millions. But I think that Steven Spielberg back in his prime was a lot more aware of fans and how they would react to the book being made into a movie. And it's an awesome film. I plan to review it soon. Oh yeah, Jurassic Park. And number 1, it is another Steven Spielberg movie. That is Jaws. Dude, Jaws. My God. Jaws. Enough said. Live, Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Movie Reviews. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below, and to leave comments and subscribe.